Hi everybody, we're here from Isle Labradoodles with a 1 week update for our mini Australian Labradoodles. Hi, I'm Claire and today we are going to tell you in this video a little bit of information about each of the 6 puppies in our rainbow litter. And here we have our mama for this litter. This is Ripple. She is a beautiful chocolate sable party Australian Labradoodle. Oh my goodness, that is a great long description for one small girl. And these are her 6 beautiful mini Australian Labradoodle puppies from our rainbow litter, and the sire for this litter is our handsome boy Copper. So today in our video we're going to give you an update on each of the puppies' birth weights, and we're going to share with you the very first milestone that this litter has already managed to accomplish, which is really something considering they're just a week old. And then we're going to tell you a little bit about how we managed to have them accomplish that milestone. And first we'll tell you a little bit about Ripple. We'll give you a little bit of an update on our mama dog. Ripple is just a wonderful mama dog. She's quite devoted. She has had many litters before. This is her 5th litter. It is her final litter. Normally our girls only have 3, sometimes 4 litters, but Ripple offered to step in when one of her daughters was removed from our breeding program. So Ripple took her place. We already had families on our list and Ripple didn't want to disappoint anyone. So this is the last time. She's an old pro. She is very relaxed. She's very calm. And this is a big benefit for the puppies. She knows exactly what she's doing, when they need to be fed, when they need to be cared for, and when they're perfectly fine on their own. So she's never unsure, she's never anxious, she doesn't worry about anything. The only thing she really worries about is if she's missing out on some of my attention. Ripple is my own personal heart dog, so she does miss me just as I miss her while she's here in the maternity ward with her puppies. Now our moms stay in here with the puppies initially for approximately 3 weeks. They're in here constantly with them. Of course, we let them out many times during the day. We have them come out and just get some cuddles and some snuggles, have them interact with our other dogs, go for a run. We'd go for walks out on the property, but they don't leave the property in order to not expose themselves or the puppies to any possible diseases. But they do love to have a bit of a break. So Ripple, the day after she gave birth to her puppy, she was already right back in it wanting to chase her ball. And now when I let her out in the mornings or at any time, the first thing she does is bring me her ball. She hardly remembers to go to the bathroom. She's so excited to play with her ball. But we limit her to how much she can play with the ball, just because we don't want to be stressing her body. She may think it's great, but her body might not agree because her body is working really hard feeding all 6 of these beautiful puppies. They may be minis, but the demands these puppies are making on Ripple and on her body are enormous, and this is some of the most taxing time for a mama dog is between now and about 3 weeks, when they really do nothing other than nurse, sleep, nurse, sleep. That's about all they do. And they still can't go to the bathroom on their own. So as you can see right now, Ripple's busy making sure that all of them have gone to the bathroom. She stimulates them by licking, and then she actually consumes whatever they excrete. And the reason for that is so if they were in a den outside, predators would not be able to smell the fact that there were young puppies in the nest and then possibly come and kill them. So that's the reason for dogs doing that. The puppies still, their only sense is their nose. They have those heat sensors in their nose that tell them where mom is, or any warm body. When I'm in here with them, they often think that I must be Ripple and can't figure out why there's no milk bar. It's really fun to watch them as they nose around and really try to get in there right away. But they can't see and they can't hear. They can't go to the bathroom on their own, and they can't control their body temperature. So you'll see quite often Ripple will be panting. Part of that is because to feed all these puppies is a lot of work, but it's also because we do have the temperature turned up in here. And when we do the videos, we have lights on, as you see, but otherwise we have two lights, or rather two windows in the maternity ward, and we get lots of natural daylight from those, and we tend to leave the overhead light off otherwise. So the moms get a nice cozy den feel, just like it would be a little bit closer to how it would be were they doing this all on their own. Then at night we close everything up, it's dark, and we just have one very low wattage bulb that we leave on. And the reason we do that is because we have our monitors on 24/7 so we can see the litter. So if we're in bed and we can hear the puppies crying, we can just look at the monitor and see, oh, there's a problem, we need to come and look after it. Or if it's just because mom's gotten up and she's just moving around or something like that. So generally speaking, we don't have to get up very often during the night with the puppies. Occasionally one will drift away from where Ripple is. Ripple, because she's so experienced of a Labradoodle mama, she'll corral the puppy back and she'll arrange herself and she'll make sure that that puppy gets back into the group and close to her again. So she's really very, very helpful and lets us have a lot more time to sleep. So now you see she's going to make sure that she's fully exposing her milk bar for the puppies. Blue Collar's lost his grip there, but he was having some ahead of time. And she also is very familiar with videos, so she figures, oh, well, she'll just take a nap now while mom talks. So let's go through each of the puppies now. And as always in our videos, we go through each of our Labradoodle puppies in birth order each week when we give you their updates. And so that is why we're going to start with Blue Collar Boy here. Now the milestone that the puppies have achieved, and they actually achieved it 4 days ago, which is unbelievable, but they doubled their birth weights. This is normally what we strive to have happen somewhere between the first week to 14 days. And we don't always even have it accomplished within the first 14 days. But clearly we have a very robust and healthy litter here because everybody is way more than double their birth weight on this 1 week of anniversary of their birth. So Mr. Blue Collar Boy, this is the puppy who was born in the back of our car. And so he was nicknamed Murano because we have a Nissan Murano. And he just popped right out right as we got to the vet because we were concerned that Ripple was taking kind of a long time. But he said, oh no, here I am. I was just waiting for the right moment. So you can see he has a gorgeous chocolate color right now. And on the side of his face there, you can see the tan points. Now, as I've said before, I don't expect that he actually is a phantom. I think he'll probably be a chocolate sable, but we'll just have to wait and see because some of the ways we tell that are not as easily evident in this dog because normally I look for the dark line down their back, but because he is a party, it's not as easy to see that dark line down his back. You're handsome. This guy is a handsome fellow. He has quite a voice. If he doesn't like something, he does not hesitate for a second to let you know that he's not pleased with it. And today he weighs 537 grams. Holy smokes, it's amazing. I can't believe he can weigh that much already at just a week old. So that's our handsome Blue Collar Boy, Murano. Next, we have Green Collar. Green Collar is here nursing, and so I'm just going to take him away from the milk bar, and he might get annoyed with me. The other thing that we have to do, because these puppies are growing so rapidly and so nicely, is adjust their collars constantly. Normally these little collars with the hearts on them, which are baby collars, usually those are good for the first 3-4 weeks, but I have a feeling these guys are going to grow out of them before they even leave being in the maternity ward. This handsome boy, well, my goodness, he was also born in the car. He was born in the car on the way home, and he was born on Lakes Road, and we called him Adonis because we had the NIS for Nissan in there. And Adonis is such a handsome boy, just like this guy. Beautiful, beautiful caramel party boy. And as I said last week, you would notice that his caramel markings would continue to darken each week. And already you can see that happening. And his ears are darker, and his other color here will end up being pretty much close to what his ears are. Cute little stripe on the top of his head here. And then he has this really pretty patterning on his back where he's got lots of markings together. This is very similar to his Granny Peanuts markings. And then he has quite a nice bit of color over on his shoulder there. So this little green collar fellow, he's a little bit of a quieter one, and he is tied with one of the other puppies to be the biggest Hulk in this litter. I think that's what we should have called you. Not Adonis, we should have called you the Incredible Hulk. Yes, so he is 588 grams. I can hardly believe that he could possibly weigh that much already at just 7 days old. Yes, it's quite amazing. Yeah, I know you can't hear me. Now, lots of people wonder why I bother talking to them when they can't hear me. But part of the reason is because when I'm holding them, and lots of times this is how I hold them, so that they are having the benefit of getting my scent, but they can feel the vibration in my chest when I speak. So that gets them all accustomed to a variety of different things. And they begin to associate that vibration and the scent and something nice happening. We always make sure that when we handle the puppies, it's for something nice. And that's what we want them to remember. So we talked a little bit about early neurological stimulation in last week's video and how we give all the puppies one little tiny bit of stress each day. So today, it'll just be doing this. That's it. And you'll see he has no reaction. These puppies are incredibly calm, happy, quiet puppies. I can already put them all over onto their backs, and you see they just right away are quite content. There's no issue, no concern, no flailing about, no problem whatsoever. And that's just exactly what we love to see. So now we'll see if we can find him a new spot at the milk bar here so he doesn't think that I took him away from the goodies. So over here we have one spot open, and we'll see if he likes it. This is an inverted nipple that Ripple has. So it takes a bit of extra work. Oh, and his sister Pink Collar, she hogged in there and took his spot. He'll figure it out. The next puppy is our little brown collar boy. Now this is our little tiger. Just a whittle squirt of a fellow. He is so much smaller than his litter mates. But nonetheless, he too is more than double his birth weight already. So regardless of where the puppy is in the litter, they're all getting their equal opportunity, and they're all benefiting from the wonderful nutrition that Ripple is providing to them. So got some ear backwards there, buddy. This guy is just the cutest little fellow. I think it's because he's tiny. He looks just like such a little doll. He really should be a girl. I wish he was a girl, and I would have just kept him all for me. Yes, I would have, but I don't need any boys. Oh, and he's going to show you his beautiful pink tongue. He says, there's my tongue. I'm sticking my tongue out at you. No, put it back in. That's a good boy. So Mr. Brown Collar, he is at 405 grams. So this is a beautiful golden caramel boy, and you'll see that his color too has darkened up a bit in the past week, and he will probably stay pretty close to this and not get too much darker. He's got those cute little white dipped toes in the front there, and a little tiny bit of goatee going on underneath that pink tongue that he's still sticking out. The reason why they have their tongue sticking out like that is because they're getting ready to nurse, and when they're nursing, they go with their tongues to latch on to the teats there. So we'll just put Mr. Brown back because he's probably full. He gets full faster than the other ones because he has a smaller tummy. Next is our one and only lady in this group. This is our big pink girl. Come here, Pinky. And she's on that inverted nipple I told you about. And see, she's so strong and powerful. She pulls it right out, which is exactly what we want to happen. And then we'll just show it to Green and see if he wants to take over from there. And he probably will. So Miss Pink Collar Girl, she is another one of these really beautiful caramel party puppies. And again, you can see her color is also darkening up quite a bit. And you can see a little tiny bit of her tongue sticking out. Hello, Pinky. Hello. This is the other talker in the litter, although she has quieted down quite a bit. Initially, my goodness me, she was forever squawking her little head off. Now she's much quieter. Pink is weighing in at 560 grams. Very good size. They're all over a pound, which is just amazing. She has that beautiful white, full, expansive white on the front of her head there, so it's going to be really beautiful when she is a little bit older and you can appreciate it a bit more. Again, she has that really nice fun pattern marking down the back. Now you can see on Pink in particular there's some waves happening here, and that's because their daddy Copper is curly. And so these puppies will also have quite a bit of curl in their coat, and that is what we're seeing here already, is the signs of the curl starting. So she's going to have a really nice, beautiful, curly little hairdo going on there. Yes! So that's our beautiful pink color girl. Next we have our orange color boy. Orange color. Come on, baby. Oh, I know. I know. You don't really want to give up that spot, do you? We'll put your sister in there. Orange collar is just the most cute little guy with all these white markings. You can see his white chest, his white toes, his white goatee, and then right now he has a very dark chocolate color to him. That dark chocolate is not going to stay dark. Most brown dogs fade, as do red dogs. They do not stay really dark. And because this boy is also a sable, he is going to lighten just by virtue of being a sable. So you can see on the side here, it's a little bit lighter already, a little bit of a mahogany color, a little bit of the red accents going on, a bit like a red caramel. And that's what you're going to see happening as we go through all of our videos in the next 7 weeks left now. These puppies are going home on October 23rd. So as we see all these videos, you'll see over time how he changes in terms of lightening up a bit. This puppy is weighing in at 541 grams. Nice solid puppy, very quiet, definitely in the middle of the pack. Not ever bossy or anything, very easygoing. Just a nice little buddy all the time. Yes, just my little orange color. And just like we did with the other puppy, I'll show you. Going upside down is absolutely no problem for this guy. And then you can see all the white he has on his chest and under his chin. He has a lot of white markings underneath. Just a cute little guy, just a little gaffer. So that's orange collar. And last but not least in this litter is yellow collar. Yellow collar is our other brown boy, and he's all buried underneath here. Come here, buddy. And this is the other dog who's tied for the biggest puppy in the litter at 588 grams. You just look at that tummy. Holy macaroni, that's an Alfred Hitchcock kind of tummy going on you got there. That is one juicy puppy. My goodness, you couldn't be any more healthy looking. Now this guy, it looks like a phantom. He has all the markings of a phantom. He's got the beautiful tan tips on the side of his face, across his chest, down his legs, back legs, and in the vent area as well. He may be a phantom. It's very possible, as both Copper carries for phantom and Ripple as well has. Out of the phantom markers, out of the 4 of them, she has 3. But one of her A alleles, which is the one that allows the expression of tricolor and the phantom markings, is an AY. An AY is sable. AT is what you want for a phantom. And AY dominates over phantom. So each of the dogs, mom and dad, contribute 50% to the makeup of each of the puppies. So you can have Copper giving each puppy an AT, as he has AT, and then Ripple could give the AT. Copper, the other half you need is a KY. Copper has 1 KY and Ripple has 2 KYs. So if you got the puppy with the KY from both mom and dad and the AT from both mom and dad, then you would have a phantom. And then the other thing you need is a capital E, and that is chocolate, brown really, not chocolate, but brown. And if you have that, then you see the phantom. Whereas if you have a puppy like Copper, who is a red caramel, he has two smallies, and with two smallies, then the phantom could be there, but it's what we call a clear phantom, an invisible phantom, whatever term you want to use. The dog is a phantom, but you can't see it because their base coat color is not dark enough. The only time you see the phantom markings is on a chocolate or a black dog. So here's old yellow collar. He's just hanging out listening to all of that story. He says, I don't know what color I am. I'm never going to see myself or have any idea what I look like, so it doesn't matter to me. So I just know I have a really full tummy. I have a mom who has a really awesome milk bar. And then you can see he has a little bit of white in his chest here as well. And I could hold any of these puppies like this for hours. Well, maybe not hours because they get hungry, but just for the longest length of time. And they're just like, oh yeah, that's okay. Whatever you want to do, it's fine with me. Very, very relaxed litter. And part of that is due to the fact that Ripple herself is so entirely relaxed and not worried about anything due to all of her experience. So one of the reasons why these puppies have done so well and have gained so much, look at how fat he is. Oh my goodness. Maybe you're getting too fat. Yeah. Maybe we have to put you on a diet. One of the reasons why they've gained so much weight is because we feed 100% raw food diet. The Ripple does not eat, none of our dogs eat any food that is processed and full of filler or anything that doesn't have any actual value in it, or where the nutrition has been cooked out to the point where it really isn't providing anything much for the puppies or for the adult for that matter. Ripple's always eaten a raw food diet her entire life, and she continues to eat that now. She ate it throughout her pregnancy, and it does allow for a very generous amount of milk and a really nice healthy mom, which in turn makes really nice, beautiful, healthy puppies who are able to gain weight. You can enjoy all their gorgeous shiny coats, and they can reach their milestones even earlier. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions about their colors, their patterns, raw food for dogs, or any other thing that's related to doggy healthcare, and in particular to Labradoodles, please go ahead and let us know in the comments. I'm always happy to talk about Labradoodles and answer your questions. And if you're one of the lucky families on this list, I bet you're starting to think of some name choices for your little sweetie pie. Now, of course, chances are you're getting a boy, so they're going to be mostly boy names I think you're dreaming of. Are you having a problem finding your right way? Because you're making some complaints. Oh, look, and somebody peed on me. How rude. Terrible. I put you back here. I bet you're starting to think of your name choices. Couple of tips. One thing, don't pick a name that's really difficult. So don't pick the name Bartholomew, for instance. That's so hard for kids to say. It's difficult for the dog to understand. You want something ideally, oh, excuse me, did I start touching you? You want something that's unique in that if you go to the dog park or wherever you may be and you call your dog, if everybody else's dog has that name, it gets confusing for the dog because they don't recognize the voice if they hear it, and if they keep hearing their name being said by a lot of strangers, it can be confusing when they're first learning their name. So we always encourage you to try and think of something that's, you know, a bit unique and something that is special to you, has some meaning to you. Then the other thing is, ideally, it's something you can make a nickname out of. So for instance, Ripple has names are Ripper, Rip Rip Hooray, Ripster Doodle, Rippy, all sorts of things like that. So it's always nice to have something you can shorten, make a little bit of a nickname for, so your dog knows when you're having fun and knows that, oh, that variation of their name is a fun time sort of thing. The other thing is try to avoid a really hard S sound. Dogs do not like a S sound. It's okay if their name, we have a girl, for instance, whose name is Sora. Sora is fine, but if it was really, it would, like Kiska. That's too strong of an S sound. So just practice it and see what it sounds like. S to dogs just is something that they don't really enjoy the sound of. And the other thing is make it easy for kids to say. especially if you have children, obviously. If you don't have any children and they're not going to be around kids, you don't need to worry about that aspect. But otherwise, something that kids can actually say easily and remember, so that the dog is able to realize that the kids all know who they are too. So those are our little naming protocol tips for the day. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We hope we'll see you again next week when we do our week 2 update, and we may even see some eyes next week. What do you think, hey guys? Thanks so much for watching. It's a good girl. Where's the mommy?